The praise of ancient authors proceeds not from the reverence of the dead, but from the competition and mutual envy of the living. There is no such thing as perpetual tranquility of mind while we live here, because life itself is but motion, and can never be without desire, nor without fear, no more than without sense. A man's conscience and his judgment is the same thing, and as the judgment, so also the conscience, may be erroneous. A wise man should so write, though in words understood by all men, that wise men only should be able to commend him. Words are wise men's counters, they do but reckon with them, but they are the money of fools. Leisure is the mother of philosophy. The privilege of absurdity, to which no living creature is subject, but man only. The papacy is not other than the ghost of the deceased Roman Empire, sitting crowned upon the grave thereof. Understanding is nothing else than conception caused by speech. No man's error becomes his own law, nor obliges him to persist in it. Force and fraud are in war the two cardinal virtues. The secret thoughts of a man run over all things, holy, profane, clean, obscene, grave, and light, without shame or blame. The right of nature is the liberty each man hath to use his own power, as he will himself, for the preservation of his own nature, that is to say, of his own life. The flesh endures the storms of the present alone, the mind, those of the past and future as well as the present. Gluttony is a lust of the mind. Such truth, as opposeth no man's profit, nor pleasure, is to all men welcome. The disembodied spirit is immortal, there is nothing of it that can grow old or die. But the embodied spirit sees death on the horizon as soon as its day dawns. Not believing in force is the same as not believing in gravitation. A man cannot lay down the right of resisting them that assault him by force, to take away his life. Sudden glory is the passion which mocketh those grimaces called laughter. In the state of nature profit is the measure of right. I put for the general inclination of all mankind, a perpetual and restless desire of power after power, that saith only in death. Words are the counters of wise men, and the money of fools. During the time men live without a common power to keep them all in awe, they are in that conditions called war, and such a war, as if of every man, against every man. Science is the knowledge of consequences, and dependence of one fact upon another. He that is taken and put into prison or chains is not conquered, though overcome, for he is still an enemy. Such is the nature of men, that howsoever they may acknowledge many others to be more witty, or more eloquent, or more learned, yet they will hardly believe there be many so wise as themselves. It is not wisdom but authority that makes a law. That a man be willing, when others are so too, as far forth as for peace and defense of himself he shall think it necessary, to lay down this right to all things, and be contented with so much liberty against other men, as he would allow other men against himself. I am about to take my last voyage, a great leap in the dark. They that approve a private opinion, call it opinion, but they that dislike it, heresy, and yet heresy signifies no more than private opinion. The obligation of subjects to the sovereign is understood to last as long, and no longer, than the power lasteth by which he is able to protect them. War consisteth not in battle only, or the act of fighting, but in a tract of time, wherein the will to contend by battle is sufficiently known. Fear of things invisible in the natural seed of that which everyone in himself calleth religion. All generous minds have a horror of what are commonly called facts. They are the brute beasts of the intellectual domain. Prudence is but experience, which equal time equally bestows on all men, in those things they equally apply themselves unto.